Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Sarah today as Pam is away. Over to the BNI. Yeah. We are covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Give us a listen at lydiamediallc.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
And today's show is brought to you by United Piping, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings at 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. Also brought to you by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 5 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
We are joined in studio today by singer, songwriter, musician extraordinaire, Vanessa Jones. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks for getting up early.
Yeah.
Because you're from away, right?
Well, just 53 minutes away.
Just 53 minutes.
But she's got a brood of children at home, too.
That's right.
She's like, I got away.
Yeah. Well, we certainly appreciate you making time for us today. We're going to learn all about Vanessa and hear her play live and local right here in the Lydia's Lunch Bunch studio coming up in just a bit. But before we get there, let's take a look at some headlines for Wednesday, April 16th.
Following his video post detailing his need to find a new home, Mr. Drew and his animals too posted an update on the ideal location. It would be a one-floor, 10,000 square foot standalone building with at least 75 parking spots with easy bus access. Since posting the video, Drew has been contacted by the economic development offices of Poland, Lisbon, and Westbrook. It would be very sad if we lost Mr. Drew and his animals, too.
It certainly would. We've got to have something around here for him.
Mm-hmm. We'll find it.
Yep. Bobby Charles of Leeds announced his bid for Maine governor, the first Republican to do so. Charles worked in the federal government under Secretaries Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice during the George W. Bush administration. He spent many years working to combat illegal drug problems in the U.S.
Auburn Mayor Jeffrey Harmon presented the city's annual Spirit of America tribute to longtime Auburn resident Silver Moore Lehman. Silver is a champion of recycling and has been a dedicated member of recycling committees throughout the years. Auburn is grateful for Silver's commitment to recycling and to making the city beautiful and sustainable.
And the Maine Wildlife Park is open for the season. The park has added new features to enhance the learning experience, all designed with fresh new colors and logo. The park is located at 56 Game Farm Road in Gray. Gates are open 7 days a week from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And for more info, you can visit mainewildlifepark.com.
Shall we talk about the weather?
The
weather. It's supposed to be cloudy today with a high of 47 and a low of 38, though it's blue skies right now. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 51 and a low of 35, and a chance of rain on Friday with highs approaching 60.
Yeah, I think Major League Baseball umpire and meteorologist are the two occupations where you can be wrong like 80% of the time and still be employed.
I like it.
In sports, Alex Bregman went 5 for 5 with a pair of home runs to lead the Red Sox over the Tampa Bay Rays 7-4. They'll play again tonight at 7 in Tampa.
Thank God the Bruins ended their season. It's over, guys. They lost 5-4 in overtime to New Jersey last night. Whew. It was a long haul. Boston finished the season with 33, 39, and 10 record. Good enough for last place in the Atlantic Division.
How would you sum up this season, Sarah?
A hodgepodge of nothingness.
There you go. Works for me.
It was a tough season, that's for sure.
Glad it's over.
Yeah.
Hit the golf course, boys, and try to get ready for next year.
Get into the gym. Hit the golf course.
The Celtics face the Orlando Magic in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Game 1 of the best-of-7 series is Sunday afternoon at 3:30.
And our Maine Nordiques will face off against the Maryland Black Bears in the NAHL East Division semifinals. Games 1 and 2 of the best-of-5 series are on Friday and Saturday in Maryland.
That is your news, weather, and sports. And right now it is time for the podcast segment that is Sweeping the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. people birthdays.
I need to take this opportunity to ask Vanessa what she thinks of our famous people birthdays song.
I think it's fabulous.
You do? Okay. Now, she couldn't say it with a straight face, so that concerns me a little bit.
No, it's perfect. It's
Okay.
perfect.
Oh, perfect. It's getting better.
You wouldn't by any chance know what chords those are, would you? Because I don't
Street
remember.
chords.
I don't remember what they were.
Vanessa, that song was recorded over 4 years ago, and we have yet to recreate it.
You know what? I can write you a jingle anytime.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we do.
I like yours, though. That's good.
Thanks.
It works for us. We'll say that.
It's a testament to simpleness.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
Just a couple of
Say
chords.
what it is. Play 3 chords. Write it out.
That's right. Just like Bono said,
Yeah.
3 chords and the truth. That's all you need.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at FPBs for April the 16th, shall we?
Yeah.
We're going to start off with actor, comedian Martin Lawrence, who is 60 years old today. Mm-hmm. Do you remember his sitcom, Martin? Mm-mm. No?
Wasn't he in movies with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the Bad Boys movies.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also had the sitcom, which was pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
John Cryer is also 60 years old today. You know him from Pretty in Pink.
Yes.
Wasn't he Ducky?
Ducky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ducky in Pretty in Pink.
And then he had a TV show on CBS, 2.5 Men with Charlie Sheen.
He sure did. Yeah, he's been in a bunch of movies too.
Yeah.
And rounding out FPBs for April the 16th is actress Ellen Barkin, who is 71 years old today. She was in Eddie and the Cruisers back in 1983.
Yeah.
I remember that. She was also in Sea of Love in 89, and I believe that also starred Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Yeah. 71 years old today. Happy birthday, Ellen. Those are your FPBs. Now moving on to some OTDs.
Okay.
On this day, 7 years ago in 2018, Kendrick Lamar won the Pulitzer Prize in music for his 2017 album, Damn. 16 years ago, today in 2009, legendary NFL broadcaster John Madden retired after 3 decades in the booth. He was 73 years old.
Got tired of riding the bus.
Got tired of riding that bus. Yes, for sure. 22 years ago on this day in 2003, Michael Jordan played his final NBA game. He was a member of the Washington Wizards, put up 13 points, and lost to the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, we're sports heavy today.
Yeah.
26 years ago on this day in 1999, the great one, Wayne Gretzky, announced his retirement from the NHL.
Yeah.
And 32 years ago on this day in 1993, Van Halen lead singer David Lee Roth was arrested for buying reefer in a New York park.
Reefer.
That's what we call it now. We call it the reefer. Devil's lettuce.
Cannabis?
Cannabis? That too? The judge later ordered the charges dropped if David remained clean for a year, which who
Clean
knows
from cannabis.
whether or not that happened. Yeah, clean from cannabis, because my goodness.
Oh, boy.
Heaven forbid if that drug ever becomes legal.
I know it.
We'll be a country of weirdos is what we'll be. Those are your FPBs and OTDs for April the 16th.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the L.A. area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
Now we shift focus fully to our guest in studio, singer, songwriter, and musician Vanessa Jones, who you may have also seen in the pages of the spring issue of LA Metro magazine. How was that experience?
Oh, it was great. I really appreciate you guys doing that, and I liked the article. Mike Krafbicki did a great job with that.
He's awesome.
For
He
sure.
does a lot for the local music scene.
He sure does. Yeah. Whenever I meet a musician from out of town or something, they're like, "Where's the open mics? Who do I talk to?"
Yeah,
Mike's the guy.
Mike's the guy.
He's your
Yeah.
guy.
Mayor,
Absolutely.
mayor of the music scene over here.
He is.
Governor.
The governor.
The head cheese.
Yeah.
Vanessa, I was reading your story and I couldn't believe this. You recorded your first song when you were 2 years old.
Oh.
Well, Yes and no. Just on a cassette tape.
It counts.
Yeah.
You heard our famous people birthday song.
That's a song.
It's a real song. Well, you know what? So this actually, when I was a kid, I would often be singing a song, and people would say, "Oh, is that a real song, or did you make it up?" And I used to be like, "Oh, I made it up," but I should have said it's a real song because I made it up. And
Right, it's still a real song, even if you made it up, right?
absolutely,
You wrote
but
it.
I didn't know that when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, you were 2.
I
I mean,
There's that.
Yeah. I've actually written and recorded a children's album that will release later this year, and it's called Full Circle because of that reason. Like, I knew I was a songwriter when I was young, and then, the world washes that out of you, because on career day, there's not, you could be a nurse, you could be a firefighter, but songwriter isn't really one of the choices on career day, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Any
I
of
figured
those.
that out by the time I was 40, though, so.
You were a songwriter that whole time.
I was. I just didn't know it as well as I know it now.
At that age, what were the inspirations for your songs?
Well, I remember not really writing because I wasn't writing it down, but I remember making songs about, my family and my dog and just things that were happening around the house.
That's so cute.
It was my world, and I think songwriters write about their world and even beyond their world, things that we experience by reading or hearing about or anything.
Yeah. When I was little, I did the same. I would just sing and hum, and not necessarily things that I made up, but things that I heard. And I remember my grandpa would get frustrated with me at the dinner table because I would never stop. I just was always doing it, and my mom had to explain to him that I did it when I was happy. And I think that that's something that a lot of people do when you're happy and your brain is just sort of clicked off and it's just like out there. People who genuinely live for music, that's when it like comes through their body.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think too, anytime for me, when I'm processing something, it's going to come out in music and words, you know what I mean? And I think that that's the combination of how songs are, whether it's a happy thing or a complex thing emotionally. I think oftentimes I find in my own writing, I write parallels. I don't necessarily write about things I'm going through. I write about things that resonate with me that I've heard that later I realize are parallel experiences with what I'm having.
Oh, yeah. They click.
Yeah.
Neat.
You released your latest album, Grow Flowers, earlier this year.
That's right.
And in the story, it says that you're finally starting to sound a little like you imagine you want to. Right?
A little. Yeah, well, that is true. So I feel like songwriting is a whole different skill from being a performing artist, and that's a whole different skill from being a recording artist. So this is my third full-length album, and I feel like I'm getting my feet under me a little bit about just even making decisions in the studio. Producing your own album is a whole different job than just playing it. So I've been the producer for my 3 studio albums, which is hard to see outside of your own perspective. And thankfully, Alan Bean, who's the engineer and owner of Big Bean Studio, has given me a lot of great input. But I'm finally confident enough to say, oh, nope, that's not what I want. Or, I can't be pushed in one direction or another as much as I used to be. And I think that's helping me, instead of, oh, that was an all right take, can you fix it up here and there? I can be like, no, I'm going to redo that.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to do it on a different instrument, or I'm going to do, whatever, or I'm going to change that part of the song altogether because it just doesn't work in the studio setting, So the live versions are different than the studio versions in many cases on my songs.
Well, that would be because you played all the instruments. You can't do them all at once.
Right. It's so tricky.
You did
conundrum.
You did all the vocals and harmonies. You played guitar, mandolin, violin, piano, melodica, and accordion on this album.
That's right.
You did all of that.
Yeah. And then
Crazy. It's like, yeah, no, what's your point?
but I can't do that live.
No, that would be tricky, but it's also amazing. Like, how did you come to be able to play so many instruments?
Well, I just really like sounds. So anything that makes sounds, especially if it has strings on it, I tend to gravitate toward. I started with violin when I was 6 years old, and that's the only one I'm trained at. But then I've picked up a lot of different instruments along the way. Mandolin is the same tuning as violin, so that's fairly intuitive for me. And then octave mandolin, same type of tuning except lower. And then tenor guitar, I went from there, and then I don't know, accordion is just cool, so
It's pretty cool, yeah. You can just make any move and it makes a sound, yeah?
Yeah.
Weird Al made it cool.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Awesome. And you brought your guitar with you
Yay!
because we requested it.
We're like, you must.
That's right.
Please.
What can you tell us about that guitar, Vanessa?
Well, this is a beautiful guitar made by Alex Edney, who is a...
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's a local guitar maker in Hiram, Maine. He's in the Tear Cap workshops down there. This is the 26th guitar that he has built. He studied in Japan, and he's a very gifted guitar maker. He also does repairs and stuff, so if you need your guitar fixed up, or if you need a beautiful new guitar, then he can make you one.
It's also, it's featured in one of the photos of you. If people are curious about the guitar and what it looks like, it's in the LA Metro spring issue. So you read the article about you, you can also see that beautiful guitar.
Yeah. That's right. It's fairly unusual. It's a 13-fret guitar, which means basically that the strings are closer down on the body of the guitar than on most guitars, and that's an ergonomic decision. He measured the guitar that I was playing, and then this was the closest to that where he could get the tone that he really wanted out of it.
Wow. So this is made specially for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent about 3 hours in his workshop with the guitar that I had been gigging on the past couple of years, which ergonomically was a good fit for me, but was not giving me the tone that I wanted. And he chose most of the components of it, but he listened to my music to decide, what type of guitar to build. He builds 3 different styles of guitar, and it's black walnut on the sides and back, and then Sitka spruce on the top. And one really unusual thing about it is it has a flame maple fretboard, which is very unusual for guitars, but especially acoustic instruments. I don't think I've ever seen another guitar with a flame maple, acoustic guitar with a flame maple.
It's really beautiful.
It is.
It's very special.
And it says handmade for Vanessa Jones in the middle.
Oh my gosh, it does.
Which just feels like so lovely.
That's
every
so
time I look at my
special.
guitar.
Oh my gosh.
Guitars are so personal, it actually took me about 3 weeks to figure out vocally how to best adjust to this guitar.
To your new partner?
Yeah. Well, and you feel the resonance of the guitar right up against your body, so it's a really personal thing, and you do take information from your guitar and also put information into your guitar as you're singing and playing.
Speaking of singing and playing,
Would you?
would you mind playing a couple of songs for us?
Oh, for sure.
Thank you.
I'm choosing love, music, harmony. I'm choosing you, standing next to me. We're puzzle builders on this violent sea, but we'll keep on playing our song. Don't care who's right or wrong. I'm choosing you, I'm choosing you. I'm choosing love, music, harmony. I'm choosing love, music, harmony. It's a conundrum, getting lost in the doldrums. Found a lovely someone, marching to another drum. Not learning fast enough. Do I really need to earn your love? All the years just come undone with a glimpse of the rising sun. I'm choosing love, music, harmony. I'm choosing you, standing next to me. We're puzzle builders on this violent sea, but we'll keep on playing our song. Don't care who's right or wrong. I'm choosing you, I'm choosing you. I'm choosing love, music, harmony. I'm choosing love, music, harmony. Grief is just a side effect of loving much too hard. Choices culminate in me here crying in my yesterday. Gotta keep on moving, driving away. I'm choosing love, music, harmony. I'm choosing you, standing next to me. We're puzzle builders on this violent sea, but we'll keep on playing our song. Don't care who's right or wrong. I'm choosing you. I'm choosing you. I'm choosing love, music, harmony. I'm choosing love, music, harmony.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Thanks.
What was the name of that, Vanessa?
That's called Love, Music, Harmony. It's the first track on my most recent album. And this album was written around the concept, it's called Grow Flowers, and it's around the written around the concept that we can nurture good things in other people by the way that we conduct ourselves, and other people can do the same for us. And also the opposite is true. You know, we can nurture terrible things in other people.
Let's not do that.
We're focusing on the, on the other end of that. Yeah. So I think life is so complex, and we can't get it right all the time. But I think the more that we intentionally invest in others, you know, the better off the whole situation's going to be.
Agreed.
Can you tell us about the title of your album, Grow Flowers?
Yeah, Grow Flowers. So I started noticing a lot of gardening themes in my writing. And it started, I mean, that's partly just kind of part of who I am. I do like to garden, and I like to, you know, nurture plants that seem to not have a chance. You know, if I see a dying plant, I'm all over that.
Gonna bring that baby back.
That's right. It's like a challenge. And I realized I do that with people, you know, too. And I spent 18 years as a foster parent, and, you know, that's been important to my journey. But also, you know, gardening it's important to me, and it's also, I think it's good for kids. I think it's good for the community. I think so. I started noticing these gardening themes in my writing, and then I started to think, well, you know, the parallels between gardening and interacting with other human beings.
What's this one?
Let's see. I'll do one called Welcome. I released this last May. May is Foster Care Month, and I released it in observation of that. Welcome to the universe. I'll hang up your coat. Sit beside me on this bench. We can talk this out. What are all those people doing? Why the waving hands? Shouting isn't getting softer. I don't understand. Hold this pebble in your pocket. I'll wait for you right here. Maybe you could think of me about this time next year. If you walk across the sunset, please don't be afraid. You could shine in golden light, a tribute gently paid. When I go to the grocery, I'll pick up snacks for you. Getting dusty in my cupboards, that's what your snacks do. If you ever come around, I'll make a chicken stew. Even if you don't, I'll always save this chair for you. Welcome to the galaxy, welcome back to life. Welcome to my open arms, welcome to the night. Welcome to eternity, welcome to my home. Welcome to my heartbeat, welcome where you go. Welcome to the universe, I'll hang up your coat. Sit beside me on this bench, we can talk this out. What are all those people doing? Why the waving hands? Shouting isn't getting softer, I don't understand.
I'll hang up your coat.
That was amazing.
That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Sarah, do you ever hear someone like Vanessa and wonder, what are you still doing in Maine?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a choice for Vanessa.
Well, I'm actually, I'm really excited. I've started getting a little bit of radio play beyond Maine. There's a program in the Bronx that has played my stuff pretty regular. Folk
Congratulations.
program. Yeah, and one in Philly that did a little bit. So I like that, and it feels good to get a little bit of recognition in the larger folk community. I'm personally at a stage where I can't tour very far, so I'm sticking kind of close to home. That will evolve over time, and I kind of want to position myself so that I'm ready when I'm ready personally and family-wise to go in a wider circle, that I'll be ready musically. So that's definitely on my radar.
And you have a children's album?
Yeah, I just wrote and recorded one. I went around to schools and libraries, and I actually wrote with children.
Oh.
Yeah, they have such great ideas. I got some ideas. This is a neat story. So I was at the Bridgeton Library a year ago, and I was writing for this project. And this is a kind of peripheral project. I don't want to be a children's musician per se, but I do enjoy doing that. I don't want that to be my main thing, but which is scary for me, because I'm like, what if this is the album people like? That would be terrible. Because it is a side project for me. But it's called Full Circle. And anyway, so I was at the Bridgeton Library writing with a group of children, and we wrote a couple songs. I had started them, and then I took their ideas, and I was like, oh, do you want it to go like this or this? And, it's difficult to finish a song with children, but it's great for getting ideas. So anyway, there was this kid who at the end wanted to write a song about a chicken, and I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I don't have a song about a chicken, so we were going through the process, but we ran out of time, and we played maybe a little chorus or verse or whatever, but I forgot that. And anyway, but I went home and I was like, well, I'll write a song about a chicken because that kid had a good idea. So I was at the library. This was a couple weeks ago. I hadn't played there again till then. And I said, last time I was here, there's this little boy, and he wanted a song about a chicken. And part of the song, it goes scratch, 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 and then there's like this with a guero, which is a gourd that has lines in it and a little sort of like a comb that you scratch it with. Anyway, I said, I need a kid that's really responsible to be able to do this, because it's a... Anyway, I gave him there was the biggest kid there. I gave him and he wasn't big. He was probably 4, I guess.
Oldest.
But yeah, the oldest.
Most responsible child.
Most responsible looking child at the library that day. So I gave him the guero, and I said, this is how you do it, scratch, scratch, scratch. And I told the story that there was a boy that wanted a chicken song, and his mom was like, that was him.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It came full circle.
That's right. Oh, goodness.
So is the children's album out, or is it in the works?
So I tried to release a single from it April 1st, but my cover art got rejected because it said it was too blurry, but really it was supposed to look like it was in the distance. So anyway, I redid the cover art, resubmitted it, so that should be out any day. That one's called Goodnight Little Child, and it's sort of a lullaby. And then I'll probably release another single from it before I release the whole album. It's ready to go, but I just want to give a little time because the dust hasn't quite settled off my most recent album yet.
I will gift you this, my melody, when I don't dare to speak. I will lean on 7 ancestors when I cannot think. I will call first thing tomorrow when I cannot call today. I'll imagine I have messages to say. Gift me just enough. Speak to me your kindness when you cannot speak your love. to a tabernacle underneath the moon. I will disappear into the dark if this all seems too soon. I will build you 7 strong stone walls if it's all too much. And I'll cook you 7 chickens for your lunch. Gift me just enough. Speak to me your kindness when you cannot speak your love. Give me just a little when you cannot give a lot. And I will give you everything I've got. I will give you everything I've got. A melody gifted is a melody changed, melody calling, silent refrain, melody cutting through the noise all around. Give to me your melody, gift me just enough. Speak to me your kindness when you cannot speak your love. Give me just a little when you cannot give a lot. And I will give you everything I've got. I will give you everything I've got. I will gift you this, my melody, when I don't dare to speak.
Beautiful.
Powerful stuff.
Thanks.
Awesome. Vanessa, do you prefer to play solo or do you have other
I
people that you
love
play with?
playing duo. So I like playing with a band. I don't know. I like it all, but solo is a little lonely work. You know, I do like doing my songwriter stuff by myself sometimes because it gives me a little bit more flexibility. Jerry Adams plays upright bass with me, and we do a lot of gigging together. We've worked together a lot, so he's able to. We joke that he'll follow me right off a cliff, you know. So I feel a little more flexible in that configuration than in other situations. There's several people that I work with duo, or you know, if I need to bring more musicians together to make a band situation, I can do that. But yeah, I guess I would say I like working with other people, and in some of my more peripheral duos, what I do is I play 3 songs and they back me and play lead guitar, and then they do 3 songs and then I back them on violin. So that's nice. With Jerry, I mostly do most of the vocals. We have some duets, and he plays bass and does harmonies with me. Sometimes if we're doing my songwritery stuff, like we played at Cadenza in December, and he played 4 or 5 different instruments. He's a multi-instrumentalist and great guitarist and stuff. Usually it's just bass, and then I play guitar and sing most of the time. Although we do some jazz tunes where I play violin with. We do some instrumentals. I'm writing more instrumentals lately too, which is there's one of them on my album Grow Flowers. It's called Tennis Elbow Deluxe. I got tennis elbow, and it's been affecting my ability to play. And I'm still playing, but it hurts. Usually when I'm writing songs to sing, I sit with my guitar and I play it over and over. But I was trying to minimize the strain on my elbow, so I've been writing more sheet music this year. And so that's how I came up with Tennis Elbow Deluxe. It's a duet for violins, but I played both violins in the studio, which I can't do live, so I don't really do that one. Yeah. And Jerry played upright bass on it. Also on that album, Davey Sturdivant played bass on 4 of the tracks, and then Pete Finkel played drums on 4 or 5, and Aaron Bear played drums on 1 of the songs. I really like bartering and stuff. You know, I'll play violin on somebody's album, and then they'll play, drums or bass or whatever, there's a lot of collaboration in the local scene that is really valuable, because I think it helps artists to be able to afford making the music they want to make, if we work together. And to
have to pay a studio musician, it's tricky.
Yeah.
Do you record at a studio, or do you have something set up at home?
Yes and yes.
Right.
So I've been recording at Baked Beans Studio for my 3 studio albums that I've released have been recorded there. Alan Bean is a good friend and fantastic engineer. I'm actually in a piano quartet with his wife, who's an amazing piano player. That's my go-to. I actually have a home studio. I'm an emerging engineer.
Nice.
I'm not really an engineer yet, but I'm a baby engineer. So I'm just getting my feet wet on that. I did record and mix my tracks for my children's album Full Circle, which will be coming out later this year at home, and then I sent it to Alan for mastering. I'm reasonably happy with how that came out. It was a really overwhelming process on the engineering end. They're pretty simple arrangements, thankfully, but it's just a whole different thing than playing music, and you rely on your ear in a totally different way than you do when you're playing.
Before your final song here, can you tell us about your most memorable performance on stage?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll tell you one of my most memorable ones from last year. I opened for the Mallet Brothers at Music on Main.
Ooh.
My trio played to open for them. And it was in Bridgeton, which is where I live. And I was looking out into the crowd of people. It had been raining that day, and it's an outdoor thing. But the rain had let up. And I was just looking out at the audience, and there were old people in lawn chairs. There were little kids running around. There were people my age. It was really a decent cross-section of the community. And I just saw so many people I know, whether I knew them personally or just, saw them around town. And it was just kind of a really fulfilling experience to look at my band and think about how much I love them, and then look out into the audience and think of how much I love them, and look around me and think about my town and how much I love that. And it was just such a lovely little capsule of love.
Your cup was full.
Yeah. And people were smiling, and people, it was just a happy experience.
That's cool.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
We're going to ask you to play one more song, and then we're going to end the show with our segment called 3 Random Questions,
Okay.
where we ask you questions that have nothing to do with music.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
All right.
All right.
What are we about to hear?
I'll be bracing myself.
She's going to be thinking about it the whole time.
Right. Okay. This is a brand new one. I haven't recorded it, and it's I don't even know quite how it goes yet, but this is one of a few different songwriters that I really respect locally had said, Vanessa, why aren't you writing story songs anymore? And I thought, I don't know. I don't have an excuse on that, so I wrote this one. And I think a lot of us have the experience of not really feeling like we fit, and I think that's a healthy thing. But this is about that sort of.
Little sister Rosie was always talking at preschool. Didn't raise her hand at circle time, just forgot the rule. She blurted out that she loves trees when the teacher was talking about rocks. Wasn't trying to be a problem, got in trouble a lot. Rosie, go on and tell your stories, they'll stop feeling like a prison. Sing your songs a little louder for an audience who wants to listen. Roll up your sleeve, show your heart, it's the bravest thing you'll ever do. Rosie, I want to hear the voice inside of you. Now Rosie's getting older, high school science class. Substitute teacher wouldn't give her a hall pass, and the principal wouldn't listen, wouldn't let her explain herself. Seems his ideas mattered more and hers just mattered less. Rosie, go on and tell your stories, they'll stop feeling like a prison. Sing your songs a little louder for an audience who wants to listen. Roll up your sleeve, show your heart, bravest thing you'll ever do. Rosie, I wanna hear the voice inside of you. Now she's got a corner office. Now she goes by Rose. She hardly ever thinks about those rocks and trees anymore. She holds her tongue in meetings. Yeah, she's climbing every rung of the ladder that was made from all those trees she used to love. Rosie, go on and tell your stories. They'll stop feeling like a prison. Sing your songs a little louder for an audience who wants to listen. Roll up your sleeve, show your heart. It's the bravest thing you'll ever do. Rosie, I wanna hear the voice inside of you. Rosie hears the whisper in the trees. Rosie could be you, she could be me. Rosie, go on and tell your stories. They'll stop feeling like a prison. Sing your songs a little louder for an audience who wants to listen. Roll up your sleeve, show your heart. It's the bravest thing you'll ever do. Rosie, I wanna hear the voice inside of you. I wanna hear the voice inside of you. I wanna hear the voice inside of you.
Just awesome.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Applause button.
Yeah. Broke it out for you.
It's our secret. It's not a button.
It's a room full of people.
Live studio audience.
It's a studio audience. What are you
was
talking about,
amazing.
Vanessa?
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're right behind you. You can't see them.
Silly.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your talents with us this morning. Where can folks go to learn more about you and your music?
So you can go to vanessajonesmusic.com, and there's links there to my music on Spotify and iTunes and all the places, Pandora, YouTube, wherever you get music, you can find me. Just look for Vanessa Jones. My most recent album, Grow Flowers, is usually the top thing that comes up, but if other stuff comes up, that's cool too. Vanessa Jones Music on Facebook, I personally update that one, so that is the most up-to-the-minute accurate. If there's new gigs or gig cancellations or anything, that's where you get the most information. Instagram, Vanessa Jones Music, but I hardly ever.
Gotcha.
That's not top priority.
Vanessa Jones Music on Facebook is the best one, and then vanessajonesmusic.com as well.
Locally owned and locally focused, Lydia Media celebrates the heart of the greater Lewiston Auburn area through 2 magazines, Uncle Andy's Digest and LA Metro Magazine, and the new Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast. Each production shines a positive light on local businesses, nonprofits, events, and individuals making a difference in our community. Keep your advertising dollars local and position your business in front of your target audience with Lydia Media. Learn more at lydiamediallc.com. We like to close out the show with the segment called 3 Random Questions, where we ask you questions that have nothing to do with your profession.
Okay, great.
Nothing.
That work for you?
Yeah.
If we gave you $1 million today and told you that you had to spend it today,
Oh, man.
what would you spend it on?
Okay, so I'd have to spend it today. I would book studio time. There's a studio in another state that I'm really interested in going to and spending a week or a week and a half making an album. And so I think I would definitely do that. And I would book some tickets for a tour. And I would also buy some really great guitars.
She made it a music question.
Oh, no, that's right. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be about
No, it's your answer. You can do
goodness.
whatever you want.
No.
You answered perfectly.
The questions don't have to do with music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your answer can be whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Yeah, you answered it perfectly.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So you like to garden?
Oh, wait. I would also buy a vehicle because I've been trying to I just hate car shopping. So my vehicle is on its last leg, and I drive all over the place for gigs, and I would buy something that I didn't have to worry about.
Gotcha.
A tour van.
A tour van.
Yes, that would be even better.
With a driver.
Good idea.
Yeah.
With a driver.
Ooh, and a driver.
Oh,
$1 million.
You've got all the money you need.
That's actually such a better answer. I think I would do that. Thanks, Mark.
It's helpful.
Here for you.
Financial planner.
With your imaginary money.
Imaginary $1 million. Oh, funny.
All right. I have a question for you.
Yes.
So you like to garden.
I do, yeah.
What vegetable, if you could just make it not exist, would you get rid of in your garden? You'd just be like, ugh, that one.
I like vegetables. I don't know. I can't think of a vegetable that I hate. Turnips don't really do a lot for me. I grew way too many turnips one year, and I canned them. I don't think I would be sad if I rarely saw a turnip for the rest of my life. But I really do like vegetables. And, turnips can be really good. I just overdid it on the turnips.
Over-turnipped?
Yeah. Overturned.
And I've heard that happens.
Boy. All right, Vanessa, final question. If a movie was made about your life up to this point, what would be the highlight?
Highlight. I don't think I can even really answer that because I feel like, well, first of all, I feel like the best is yet to come. But also, I think that each experience builds on another experience. So, I think there would be many highlights progressing in awesomeness.
I think that should be the title of your next album.
Yeah. Mini highlights.
Many highlights progressing in awesomeness.
I realized my album titles are like 40 Reasons, Words Whisper, Grow Flowers, Full Circle. Why do I do 2 words where the second one is 2 syllables?
As many words as you want.
I'm going to need to, my next album after Full Circle will have to be like something, a long title, just to break the cycle.
I think we got it here today.
We had the band that I was with, we had a demo album that we put out, and it was 5 songs with 3 words in the title, was the name of the demo album, because all of them were exactly
cool.
the same. It was silly.
That's great.
It was not a real title.
Working title.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe I should name my next album Working Title.
Ooh.
Oh, but that's
still
kind of 2 words.
Still 2 words.
Oh, good.
You're gonna have to workshop that.
Yeah, you could name it Working Title. You weren't expecting this, were you?
That's more syllables.
we could stretch it out if needed, right?
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Vanessa, thank you so much for your time and your talent, and we can't wait to see what's next from you.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure. You're a delight.
Thanks to our sponsors, Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and United Piping. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, you can reach out to the award-winning Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day. And remember, don't bite your cat.